Welcome to the Come Join the HighLife Podcast, home of the hustlers, the innovators, the gifted, and the honorable, where we stay high on love, high on impact, high on faith, and high on energy. So if that sounds like you or what you represent, you're definitely in the right place. Welcome to the Come Join the HighLife Podcast.
Welcome, y'all. What's going on? It's your boy, Mr. HighLife Films.
Hey,
Come join the HighLife Podcast. What's going on?
what's going? And it's Trumeeyka. How y'all doing? Hope y'all are having a wonderful day.
Yes, we in this thing. I'm super excited, y'all. This is our very first episode of the Come Join the HighLife Podcast. I'm like super excited. I'm a little bit nervous, so if I stutter over my words, don't judge me. But if you do, I don't care, because we in this thing. That's the whole point of this episode is push the damn button.
Push the damn button.
Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push your button.
Blow everybody up.
Yeah, blow everybody up.
Push the goddamn button.
Push the goddamn button.
You heard what she said.
People ask, I looked it up online, how to start your first podcast, how to get started. You got to get this camera, you got to have this mic, you got to have this, you got to have that. You know how you start your first podcast? Just like this. Push the damn button.
Yes, I mean, it did take us, a minute to push the damn button, but we're here now, and I am extremely excited.
Yes, I wouldn't want to push the button with no one other than you, Miss Trumeeyka.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Yeah, so we in here today. So the subject of the day is, is pushing the button in your life. Like whatever goals and aspirations you have, man, go shoot for it. Go do it. What are you waiting for? There's no excuses. There's nothing you can say that's the reason for you not to do what you got to do. You know what I mean? Like, we out here, we got one life. You're on the time limit. I mean, every minute count. So why not go out here and shoot for the stars? If you shoot for the stars, you never know where you'll end up at, you know what I mean? So that's why we wanted to do this episode. It's our first episode, so why wouldn't we want to, say, just push the damn button? Like, don't procrastinate. Come on, let's go. Procrastination is the thief of all dreams. So
Yeah, 100%. I mean, and you know what? A lot of the times procrastination, like you just said, is the thief of all dreams. And we procrastinate every single day, every day in our daily lives, whether it's waking up in the morning, you're supposed to wake up at 5 o'clock. Now it's 5:15. You press a snooze, you procrastinate, and to get started, you ain't jumping out of bed. You're not, what is it called?
Tap dancing out of bed.
Tap dancing out of bed. Exactly. But that's with, different things in our life. And like I said, I'm so glad that we're pushing the damn button and really starting this podcast. And a lot of the things that we're going to be doing in this podcast, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I'm extremely excited. There's going to be a lot of great information here when it comes to just life lessons, when it comes to financial awareness, financial literacy, when it comes to how you can actually grow. Come join the HighLife Podcast. Yes.
Yeah, so HighLife, a lot of people, they like, everybody has their definition of HighLife. So I'm gonna give y'all a little background about what HighLife means. So HighLife stands for hustler, innovator, gifted, and honorable. And it's for those who are high on love, high on impact, high on faith, and high on energy. So if that sounds like you or what you represent, you definitely in the right place. It's the place to be. I know you probably heard it in the intro when it first came on. This is the home of the hustlers, because this is where, we're going to have a couple of guests going to come through, and they're going to bless us with some knowledge. I got a segment I want to throw in there called I'm Not a Financial Advisor, but I can show you some shit. So, where we're going to bring in some people that do out here doing their thing. They might not be a financial advisor, but their bank account don't say that. Their bank account stays different. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? If you're picking up what I'm putting down. But so this is really like a home where we're going to just learn. We're going to bring in people, and we're going to have different discussions that can help elevate each other and help for us to grow. And sometimes we get so much knowledge, and we end up like I'm just going to put it out there. I soak up a lot of books. I read a lot of books, And sometimes we'll just get that knowledge and we'll just keep it to ourselves. But the podcast gives you a chance to, a little release. Like, I'm not the biggest talker. I don't, if you meet me, you probably like, you talking now. But, I'm a little introverted a little bit. But when I know you, I'll start talking more. But I just wanted to push the damn button in my life so I can say that when it's all said and done and I'm on my deathbed, that I gave it all I had. I did one of the 4 agreements we read. The 4 agreements is do your best. And I want to be able to really say when I'm done with life and I look back on my life, I don't have no regrets. I put it all out there. And there's so much knowledge out here and it's living abundance. I could never give you enough gems where there's going to be a lack of me getting more knowledge. Like, that's not going to slow down my process by me giving you gems. So that's why we started this podcast. And also, we got a great community. So I wanted to give them a platform where they can come on and, I'm going to share my friends with y'all. Pretty much is what it is. So, I got my girl Trumeeyka here. She's a financial expert. She knows about, life insurance. She know about that real estate. She know about how to get out here and get it. And she definitely represents for the women. We at the end of Women's History Month, and having such a great partner like her, boy, she always keep me on point, and she always makes sure I do what I'm supposed to be. She holds me accountable, and and that's why we push the button, because we hold each other accountable. So I definitely want to give her a shout out, and a shout out to all the women in history that paved the way for us and as a community. And that's the reason we made this group. So that's the reason we got this podcast, so we can share a couple stories. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely. And you know what? We have a book club. We have a book club, How You're Learning HighLife book club in the Facebook community. And for the past month, we actually been putting a lot of great information in the group, in the book club. And I'm talking about, shout out to Mr. HighLife, because every single day he has a woman of inspiration that he posts. Every day he posts a woman of inspiration, someone that really made an impact in the world. And so definitely, shout out to Mr. HighLife on that. But however,
it's funny you say that though, because I didn't want to.
You know what? You didn't, but you pushed the damn button.
Yeah, so I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. We had started that, we had the book club, and we started with Black History Month. And I was posting every day. I post a person, the picture, and we'll talk about that person for a little bit. And it was pretty cool. And I was like, dang, this is pretty cool, because it kind of like reminds you, it make you put respect on your ancestors and the people that paved the way before you. So it's like just a little reminder, so you don't take life for granted. And it was cool. And then Black History Month was over, and I was like, okay, this is over with. And then somebody suggested to us that we do it. It's Women's History Month, so why don't you do the same thing for Women's History Month? So I was like, I got things to do. I caught myself. I said, you know what? I'm gonna push the dang button, and I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna hold myself. We're gonna keep it rolling. I don't know what next month gonna be, and who History Month it is, but guess what? I don't know about that one. But it was just cool just to learn about the different women, to learn about our culture, and some things we knew. It was some people I looked up and I didn't even know them. So I was like, my mom was, so a lot of these women and different political and different figures, and that we were sharing, it was like I knew some of them, but some of them I was like, how do you even say this lady's name? But she the first president of India, or I'm like, wow, so it was pretty cool, just that challenge. And we had to put some respect on our ancestors though.
Yes, absolutely. And you know what? Let me ask you a question. So we have a book club. What prompted you to when did you really start your reading journey of reading these amazing books that we're reading from great thinkers, from Napoleon Hill to Robert Greene to Patrick Bet-David, all of these great thinkers? Like, when did you really start your journey on educating yourself?
It's funny because people see me, people talk to me, we have different discussions, and they're like, man, you know a lot of stuff. Man, let me tell you, I was definitely not one of the biggest readers. this is something that just recently, a few years back, I started putting respect on, you know, the key to success is like writing these books. It's like a little blueprint to wherever you're trying to go. It's a little something in these books where you can just get a couple little nuggets and you can go on about your way. And I once I figured that out, I just turned into like a reading machine, a bookworm. Like I couldn't get enough knowledge. And, you know, I kind of attribute that to my mom being a teacher, you know, and she was a history teacher. And she kind of like instilled into me that, and I didn't know of it. You know, I wasn't thinking that when I was younger, you know, but it really did affect me moving on. Like my mom passed when I was 12. So from 0 to 12, she put she definitely poured into me where it poured over to when she was gone, where I was still out here seeking knowledge. You know, I got sidetracked and, you know, went out, got into the streets and, you know, all that good stuff. But then I brought myself back. And then once I brought myself back, it was like life started just, you know, changing for me. And then once I got these books and I seen the results that I was getting from reading these different books, it was like common sense. Why not? And so me and Trumeeyka, we read a lot as partners. And we were, you know, we were reading together. And we constantly read. We were about a book a month, something like that.
Yeah, and then we end up going to like 3 books, and
so
then of course audio.
So from a book a month to 3 books in a day. So that's like my daily book diet now is 3 books a day. I read a book in the morning when I first get up. I read something in the afternoon, a little how-to book or something like that. And then at night before I go to sleep, I read inspirational books. So 3 books a day. I don't read them from front to back. I'm not like your boy that was on that one meme, the dude was on TikTok.
Hey, listen.
Like him. I don't do the speed reading like that. So
did he comprehend that?
Hey, but it was funny. That was very entertaining. But I really do read 3 books a day, and it goes off of just spending like 15 minutes in the book. You know, you ain't got to give it all the time in the world. You go in there, look for what you want, and then get going. So, you know, I would say to at least read a book a month, you know, get that knowledge. So that's why we started the book club, so we could, you know, like I say, I want to share more instead of just holding in all this knowledge. I want to share. And when I share, I attract the type of people that like to hear my shares, and then they have great shares, and then I learn something. So now I'm growing, and then they grow off of the stuff I feed them, so they're growing. So it's a win-win situation. See how I did? See what I did that? See how I did that there? That's a win-win situation. What book that come from, partner?
Win-win, 7 habits. 7 habits of highly effective people.
You see how that works? So it's you just, these books are very powerful. So that's why we started that book club. So definitely, if you're interested, you can hit us up. We got the book club, Higher Learning HighLife Book Club. It's on Facebook. We got a nice little private book club. You answer a couple questions. You come on right on in. We meet every day, Monday through Friday, religiously. At 12 noon.
Yeah.
We never miss it. So, you know, it's guaranteed that we're going to be there. We're going to be reading. We read for about 20 to 30 minutes, and then we discuss it, and then we in and there and out of there. You know, a little lunchtime read, like my partner loved to call it. And so definitely that was a pivotal moment for us. And I just love it because it ain't doing nothing but turning me up when it comes to knowledge and, you know, pouring into myself and pouring into others. So, yeah.
Yes.
So quick question. What's out of the book we're reading right now, we currently reading Mastery by Robert Greene. Amazing book.
Yes.
What about that book and pushing the down button kind of coincides? Are there any lessons in that book that kind of like tell you to push the button?
I mean, 100%. When I tell you Mastery, for all of my entrepreneurs, if you do not have the book Mastery, go and get it. We're gonna put the link in the description as well. But Mastery is a must-have book. And one of the things that it talks about is apprenticeship. You know, the apprenticeship phase and you actually being humble and going through the phase, not thinking that you know everything. Masters were once disasters. They had to go through apprenticeship in order to really master at what they're doing. So one of the things that I can take away from the book is continue to learn, continue to grow, never stop. Or should I say, some of the keys are apprenticeship, then you have the creative active phase, and then you have the mastery phase. So it's levels to it. And pushing the damn button, first and foremost, mastery really allows you to push the damn button. It's so inspirational, it's so motivational, it's so should I say, it'll change your paradigm. So y'all hear me talk about it. Y'all see how passionate I am when I'm talking about this book. And like I said, it's a must read. So mastery definitely have a lot to do with pushing the damn button for sure.
Yeah. So pushing the damn button, man. Like, I'm so happy that we even decided to do this, partner. Like, I don't know about y'all, but sometimes we be so scared. We draw this big picture of what we think will happen or what we think people will think, and it just throw us all off, man. And the button be right there, our opportunity be right there, and we'd rather walk away, because we're in fear of what other people are going to say, or what other people are going to, how they're going to react to it, or how they're going to think you are, or
and that's with everything I'm talking about. I feel like everyone feel that way. What stops a person from doing what they really want to do is because they think that somebody is going to criticize them, going to judge them. People going to judge you regardless, whether you do it or not. So you don't want to, like Mr. HighLife said earlier, when I'm on my deathbed, I'm not regretting anything. Most of the time we 80, 90 years old, and I wish I would have been able to do this. One of my biggest regrets is not living, my full potential. That should not be your regret. Every master was once a disaster. And so with that being said, be a disaster. Get out there.
Okay.
Throw yourself out there. And I mean, once upon a time, I wasn't the best, speaker. Now I'm continuing to evolve. I'm continuing to perfect the craft of public speaking and really get my point across. So with that being said, hey, that's what it is. Don't have no regrets.
Regrets for sure. That's a great point there, man. I truly I want to live my life like that, no regrets for sure. It sounds so cliche. It sounds so, no regrets, YOLO, but it's real, like for real. Like, today is a kind of like a special day for me because, today is my daughter's birthday. And she passed away a few years ago from, complications with cerebral palsy. And, it was a time where I regretted, getting out here and hustling and running and trying to make, do what I can do to provide for my family. And I missed out on times with her, what I mean? She only was on the earth for 6 short years. And, sometimes I had regrets before my deathbed, this is, it is what it is. It's a something that as a father that, you always want to protect your you just want to protect your baby, your kids. You want to be their provider. They're supposed to bury you. You're not supposed to bury them, type of deal. And, my biggest regret was not spending just that one more minute with her, just that one more second, what I'm saying? But then it came to a point where I was like, you know what? I did my best, what I'm saying? And once I felt that, and I knew that I did my best, I could let it go. I couldn't, just be sitting here in pain and hurting and asking God why and this and that. When I said, you know what? I did my best. I did what I could do with the tools that I had, and I did what I shot my shot. I did what I could do. It could have been not the best or it could have been the best, but I did what I could do. You know what I mean? And I gotta and I just wanted to say that I know it's kind of like went off from our push the damn button, but I just wanted to say that to encourage somebody. You know, you never know, man. Like, life is short. So why waste your time, you know, worried about what somebody else's opinion is of you and how they're going to accept you or what they're going to think of you? Or why not just get out here and do your best, live your life to the fullest, push the damn button on anything you want to do. Don't worry about what nobody got to say, because the time is limited. Your life is long, but only if you know how to use it. So push the damn button. I encourage you guys to push the button in your life. You know, stop procrastinating. I used to be the president of the Procrastination Nation, and I retired. So, you know, we out here pushing the damn button in our life. And I encourage that anyone that's listening to this podcast today, it was a reason for me to do my first podcast today. It was a reason for us to get together on this, and this be the first subject. Push the damn button.
Push the damn button.
And on that note, come join the HighLife. We out.